love anything that's fantasy, and it's like, yeah, that has really only come up in the last couple of years.
Yeah. Well, if you just think about Andrew Lincoln in
Yeah.
The Walking Dead,
Yeah.
I mean, would he have ever made that here? It would never be
No
commissioned here.
way.
So he had to go. He wants to make it. And obviously he's become a big star, and he's come back now, and he's on ITV drama.
We saw him, and I was like, you were like,
Rick.
Rick.
yeah. Because I love that show. That's like my favorite show ever. But I think, and I think that's always, kind of been the frustration that I've had being in the industry, is that like for someone that's kind of grown up being really interested in fantasy and different genre stories, it's been really hard trying to like kind of sell those to commissioners, or trying to even just like pitch them, because I think sometimes it's like, I don't know, the budgets aren't there, or you need a really big star, or a lot of people are saying like, this show's great, but it's got an American sensibility. And yeah, I do wish that we had like space in the British industry where we could grow that a little bit more.
Well, and we used to, and it was BBC Three.
Yeah.
You know, to a certain extent, Channel
That's
4.
true.
Yeah.
So, you know, there was a generation of comedy and of drama. I mean, I can't speak to non-scripted, of course, but, you know, it was experimental, and you would see all sorts of things, and some things worked and some things didn't, and some of those shows have spawned, you know, the A-list writers of today.
That's very true.
So yeah, we did have it. It feels like it's disappeared a little bit.
Why do you think that is? Because in the last episode we were sort of talking about the scripted funding crisis that has been sort of pegged as you know, the industry is getting smaller in terms of their ability to distribute money and commission projects.
Yeah.
And I guess I'm wondering, like, why do you think that we're not seeing as many experimental projects as we used to have, and why the commissioning is not, why the industry is getting smaller in that way?
Well, I guess the budgets are being squeezed. So, you know, whilst those projects are being made, it just feels like there are fewer of them, and then obviously the ones that do well get recommissioned, so that sort of takes up another slot. And it is important to recommission things, because, you know, certainly on shows that I've worked on that have been recommissioned, you do that thing of going, you don't just want to offer a writer, you know, one episode and then that's it. You want them to come back, because you want people to see that actually they can come back and do a returning series and have more credit. So, you know, the recommissions are really important, obviously, but, you know, when there are limited slots and limited budgets, it does take opportunities away from other filmmakers who could do something completely different in completely different genres.